Wow. Okay. Well, first things first. Hello, guys and girls. Welcome back to Midnight's premiere on Facebook and on YouTube. Um, this one's not going to really be very edited. I will try to edit it a little bit, but I do have some other things I have to get done today, so this is probably just going to be a real short video. But lots of big things. Not really lots, but um, big news coming out of Warner Media and Legendary. As you guys probably already know, the premiere of Godzilla vs. Kong was moved up. Yes, I understand that during these COVID times, these times of plague and sickness and uncertainty, uh, us moviegoers always look for the bad news that something has been bumped over. I mean, just the other day we got news that Morbius and Uncharted with Tom Holland has been moved to 2022 because of 2021 congestion. And I just looked at 2022's schedule, and for the first 6 months, we've got insane tentpole movies. The likes of Jurassic World 3, Dominion, we've got at least three Marvel movies coming out, two Pixar movies, a few other startup projects. Huge things coming out in 2021 and in 2022, excuse me, and huge things coming out in 2021 too if they don't all get moved. James Bond just got moved, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Not at all. And I wish that I would have been able to give you a reaction video to the trailer that just dropped for Godzilla vs. Kong. I could not wait to watch it. I couldn't. My excitement level was way too much. It was over the top. But forgive the squeaking old chair. Got a fan in the background. I don't have a mic here, so I'm doing the best I can. But this Samsung is doing a fantastic job at capturing my handsomeness all the way around. So you guys are enjoying that. I know that. Let me give you my reaction to the trailer. Bonkers is a word. Just yeah. I mean, there are no words. I'm not a fan of how they're making my boy Godzilla out to be the big bad villain, and Kong being the savior of the world. When we just saw Godzilla kick royal ass in Godzilla King of the Monsters against King Ghidorah, with the help of Mothra, and of course Rodan was playing the big biggity bitch in that movie. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. But if you haven't watched it by now, what are you doing with your life? I know glasses giraffe. I get it. They're just not. They're not with the times, unfortunately. But we've moved on. We've moved on, and now we have the titular War of the Kings, King Kong, who answers to nobody but himself, and the King of the Monsters in Godzilla. A few things stuck out to me in the trailer. Number one, the coloring of the Warner Brothers and Legendary logos are very indicative of a Mecha Godzilla-ish kind of feel. Very, very foreboding, very foreshadowing in that respect. We got Millie Bobby Brown in there for a little while, telling her friend driving a van that there's something agitating Godzilla, but we don't know what it is. We don't know why it is, but we're going to figure it out. And we have a monarch-like organization. We don't know if it is monarch or not, but we have a monarch-like organization capturing Kong because he's apparently the answer to our little Godzilla problem. And we have our dad character returning from Godzilla versus from Godzilla King of the Monsters, and he is as confused as everyone else as to why Godzilla is going around blasting everybody with his atomic ray and causing a lot of damage, a lot of heartache. So we don't know why Godzilla is so agitated, but apparently Kong is the answer to this problem. And now we have a thing where we have to capture Kong, and he has to come, and we have to get them both to fight in a Dr. Shirazawa let them fight kind of vibe. So in that respect, I'm very excited in seeing which one will actually win. In the 1970s, early 1980s version, hell, it might even be back to the 1960s. Uh, the Godzilla vs. Kong movie was a very divisive movie. It was back when nationalism was really big, and the United States saw themselves as being bigger than they probably were, and there really hasn't changed much in that aspect. And there were actually three versions of the film uh, launched in Japan. Godzilla 1, in the United States, King Kong 1, and then there's the final version that was launched where they both roll into the ocean and there's not really a conclusion. It's just a hung up in the air, and then the next movie that Godzilla was in was Godzilla versus Mothra, where he washes ashore at Monster Island, and then the subsequent Kong movies after that. I didn't keep up a lot with King Kong. As a kid, I was more of a destructive nuclear beam throwing lizard kind of kid, so not a big giant ape kind of kid. So, um, but this seems to be a lot more colorful than Godzilla King of the Monsters. It seems to be a whole lot more colorful than even the Godzilla movie. Kong Skull Island was very drawn back in its palette because it was during the Vietnam War. So you had a lot of yellows, you had a lot of ambers, a lot of hot colors, a lot of your kind of burn in 70s style, 60s style filmmaking. But this one looks like it's very colorful. It looks like the CGI is on point. It looks like there's if you watch the CGI, especially where Godzilla comes up on the ship and you can see every scale dripping water, it is brilliant. It is fantastic. At least for a visual on a visual spectrum, this movie's gonna kick ass, and there's not gonna be anything like it before or since. And on Warner Brothers' part, especially with COVID and having all these uncertain times right now for movie theaters, this is the move they could have made. I mean, not only did they get $250 million from Warner Brothers and Legendary to put it on HBO Max for a month, and then put it in theaters as well. That's $250 million, and if my research is correct, and I'm hoping it's not, but if my research is correct, they made this movie for about 150 million to about 175 million. So if that's the case, I can't see that being the case because this is a huge set piece. This is a huge set piece. This screams 250, 300 mil. Okay, but in that aspect, with almost nothing out in theaters right now, they are doing God's work. I gotta tell you, because this movie's gonna make bank, especially with how bad Wonder Woman bombed. That was, I mean, I didn't. It was an all right movie. It was an okay movie. Wonder Woman, the first one, was a whole lot better. Patty Jenkins got a little bit big for her britches with this one, and again, I think she was kind of rushing it because she got that offer from Disney for Rogue Squadron. Yeah, I understand that, but Adam Wingard seems to have the pulse, have his finger on the pulse of all of our monster-loving madness. He seems to have a great storyline going on. He seems to have a lot more questions than answers generated with his first trailer, which is what you want. He moved it up to March 26th, and that's really going to be the only movie that makes any kind of money in theaters, and people are going to go see it over and over and over again. I know that because it's a huge action set piece, and God damn it, why wouldn't you? You know, why wouldn't you go see, instead of something that bombed? This is something completely new, and yes, you've seen it twice, but you're going to go see it again. You know, or you know, especially when after a month HBO Max kicks it off of its streaming, then you have no other choice but to go to the theaters, and that 250 million just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and we have more MonsterVerse movies, which, in my opinion, I hope happens, because we had the Auction the Destroyer, and we all know, if you're a classic Godzilla fan, how Destoroyah was created, and how the death of Godzilla, where men cried, came about. So excuse me, I trimmed the manly beard this morning. So anyway, as far as I'm concerned, if we're going back to the old grading scale of full moon to new moon to half moon and everything in between, I'm going to give this a whole 100% full moon rating from me, Mr. Midnight, here on Midnight's Premiere. And just go see it. Don't bother watching. I understand you can turn it on for free in your living room or whatever. That's fine. That's okay. but this is also the survival of the movie theater here. Go spend your money a little bit. Get yourself out of the house. Wear your mask, of course. Keep your social distance of 6 foot, of course, unless you're enjoying popcorn or whatever. But go to the movie theater to see this, especially if they release it in some of the bigger formats like IMAX or especially AMC Prime in Dolby Vision or Dolby Prime. That would be fantastic, and I think it's going to be a blockbuster of a movie. I'm going to go see it a couple times. I know that much for a fact. Anyway, so I want to apologize again for not being as consistent with my videos as I should be. Again, life is happening at the speed of fuckery here, so I'm trying my best to maintain life and everything. That there's not really been any new movies to come out to review until this hit, and 2021 is going to be full of them coming this summer. So be prepared to see more of me on the channel. But as far as I'm concerned, make sure to hit that like button and make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to keep up with all the latest news and features here on Midnight's Premiere, please click that bell right beside the subscribe button so you are notified of every new video that I post here on the channel. My name is Mr. Midnight. This has been another edition of Midnight's Premiere. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Catch you in the next video. Bye.